Okay, so I'm gonna put in my potassium thiocyanate. Okay, so this is the first one. So can you make your observations on the color, please? Go ahead and make your observations on the color. Okay, and okay, so we're gonna move to the next one. Okay, and this one is to add some iron nitrate, which is gonna be adding some Fe. This is just the same as your prediction. And if you remember in your prediction, you said that it was gonna turn red towards the products. And remember that instead of like red, it's like more like kind of orangey, but we still can say red. Okay, so let's go ahead and write our observations right here. We can say it is kind of light red, orange. Okay, since it is red, can we circle the red right here? Go ahead and circle the red. Okay, let me finish swirling right here. Okay, so now we're good for the next one? Yeah? Okay, so now on the next one, we are going to be adding a little bit more of KSCN, potassium thiocyanate, and have this one right here. Okay, so look at this one. And record your observations, please. Go ahead and record your observations. Okay, what color is it turning? Maybe I would say a little darker red. Okay, so I'm going to swirl this one. Interesting. Okay, so let's see. Let's try to understand what happened right here. I'm gonna put out the light on. This doesn't really help. Okay, so we added, if you notice over here, we added SCN. SCN is on the reactants. Okay, so we added SCN. So the only way to go back to equilibrium is to increase the products. And what color are the products? Red. And that's why it became this super dark red, because we added a lot of this one. Okay, so I can... Okay, so are we good with the observations right here? Make sure that you circle the red one, right? Make sure that you circle the red one. Okay, make sure that you circle the red one. And observation, what color is it? Got it? Okay, so next one. Let's go ahead and do the next one. The next one is adding potassium nitrate. I have potassium nitrate right here. Make sure you pay attention for any changes. If there is no changes, make sure you write no change. Okay, let me swirl it just to make sure. Okay, so for potassium nitrate, can you write your observations? Go ahead and write your observations. If there is no change, it's also valid to have no change. Okay, nice. Okay, we're gonna do the next one. And now I'm gonna add sodium phosphate. And sodium phosphate is going to remove Fe. Okay, so I'm gonna add it. Let me swirl right now. Okay, we're removing Fe, so the reactants are decreasing, are being removed. So I know. Okay, what color is it now? Clear, colorless. So can we write it down for sodium phosphate right here? Okay, and let's try to make sense of this. Let's try to make sense of this. So what we did is that we removed some of the Fe. So if we remove Fe, what's the only way to go back to equilibrium? To increase the reactants. And what color are reactants? Colorless. And that's why it changed colorless. Okay, so that is that one right there. Okay, so for our next one, we are going to add Fe. So iron nitrate to add a little bit more of Fe ions. Okay, so I'm not gonna swirl it. So can you record your observations right there and what you see right there? This is adding iron nitrate, Can you record your observations just from looking at that? Okay. Okay, now I'm gonna add the next one. I'm not gonna mix it until we have it all done. Okay, so I'm gonna be adding now potassium thiocyanate right here. Okay, so I want you to focus on this section that has nothing so you can see the change in color, okay? So here we go. Okay, can you see like it's turning light orange, light red? Okay, so can you record your observations for KACN, adding KSCN? Okay, so this top one is the drops, okay? And then this one is a powder over here on the bottom. Okay, so now I'm going to swirl together. Okay, and we end up with this color. And now I'm gonna put it either adding heat in my boiling water right there or cooling it in ice. I need to go grab the ice. But before I do that, I want us to fill out these boxes together. So, light red. So equilibrium will shift to the red is the left or the right? The right. Because, what happened? Why did this occur? Fe3 plus was added, which means that there are more, if it's red, do we have more reactants or more products? We have more products. Okay, so let's go ahead and do the same thing for this one. If it's no change, you're right, just no change for the lines. But I remember this one was like darker red. Dark red. Okay, so it means that the equilibrium shift to the right again because red is in the right. But now it's for a different reason. We added SCN minus was added, which means that now we have red is more reactants or more products? More products. Okay, go ahead and finish up all the boxes. Go ahead and finish up all the boxes. And I'm gonna go pipette some of this out and get some ice. Okay, so can I have your eyes on me again? Your pencil's out of lead? Sorry. Okay, this one is without heat is removed. Now heat is added. Okay, good.